Hi. Happy Sunday. Okay, I'm just checking to see if I don't have a little bit more of this color. That's too short. Man. Okay. Wow, so many people here already. All right, so today we're going to do couching. Couching, oh, whoops. There we go. Couching is not that difficult. I'm going to take, of the 6 strands, I'm going to take and pull 1 strand out so that it's 5 strands and then 1 strand. So the only tricky part with couching really is to get it to lay flat and not too bunched up. And you can use 2 needles for this, or you can just use 1 and swap them after. So for ease, I'm going to use 2, but of course you can do it with 1 where you just come up from the bottom. And then we're going to use another strand to tack it down where you want it to go. So like I said, it's really not that difficult after you see it, but we'll see how we get on, huh? So what you're going to do is come up at the bottom, and I've got 5 strands, and I'm using the exact same color that I used for this one. So there's kind of 2 ways that you can do it. If you've got a curved line, you want to go down at the very end after you've already couched it down. But if you've got a nice straight line like I do, you could probably get away with going down now. Yeah? And for couching, you're going to need another piece of thread. And again, I'm using just 1 strand of the same color. Of course, you could use a different color if you wanted to kind of make it, you know, like pop, or the tacking to be like really, really obvious. But for what we're gonna do, I kind of want it to blend in. And all you're gonna do here, like I said, it's pretty much a straight line. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie this off. Now, obviously, I can just leave that if I wanted to. I wouldn't have to couch it down. And what I mean by couch it down is that I'm going to use another piece of thread, just 1 strand, to make little tacks and tack it down. And I know that this was used a lot, like a long time ago, because all of the garments and things that they used embroidery with, they actually did use. So they're normally like on dresses or on altar cloths or whatever, even like pillowcases and things. So you can't actually have a big long thread like this on a garment that you're actually going to wear or you're actually going to use, yeah? Because it would just get caught on everything. Any kind of necklace that you had, anything you put down on the piece of embroidery would just get caught. So a lot of times, I'll just put a little knot on the end. Do you see it there? If you need to make a really long one like this, then they would couch it down. And what it is, it's literally just little stitches that tack the thread in its place. So you're gonna come up on one side, like this. And I'm using 5 strands for this one and 1 strand for this one. But you could use 6 strands for the straight line and 1 strand or even 2 strands for this. And all you're going to do is make tiny little stitches to kind of tack down the thread where you want it to go. So you can barely even see it, but it makes it so that it doesn't actually move as much because you've tacked it down there. So we're just going to go through and tack just a couple little places. So I'm literally only making tiny little stitches the length of this thread right here. And that way it will stay in whatever shape I give it. So even if I wanted to kind of couch the outside line of her hair, I could do that. Obviously, I would come up here and then not go down again until it's all been couched down, because it's a curvy line, whereas this is a straight line, so it didn't matter if I kind of tied off the back and finished it. Or this is a straight line, so it's not really going to move that much, you know? And I'm just making tiny little stitches to stick this right here down. And now you can tell that this is not going anywhere. Yeah? This stuff right here that we've already done, but down here it is. So we're just going, like I just keep saying over and over and over again. We're just gonna use little stitches and tack it down. Like, Tori, shut up. We know. And obviously if you have a curved line, like I said before, you're not going to want to make the straight stitch completely. You're going to want to leave that thread hanging. And I'm going to do that for this one because it has just a slight curve on the other side on my thread painted one. Hi, Jessica. So we want to try and keep these stitches the same length. I haven't done a super good job, but all right, they've been okay. Oh, thank you. I'm just going to do one more in between here and the end. And then obviously I'll have to tie a little knot and start again on the other. Yeah, so all we've done is I've taken 1 strand out, which is here, of the 6 strands. So I have 5 strands for here and 1 strand here, and we're just tacking it down every once in a while to make sure that it doesn't move. So before, you could tell when I ran my finger over it, it totally could like move and go back and forth. And if this were a practical embroidery, meaning if it was like on a pillowcase, like an altar cloth, a tablecloth even, a dress, that thread would get caught on everything. So Jessica says, my daughter and I love how you always say yeah to show your work. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. Embarrassing. Oh dear. Okay, so I'll show again for this one. There are certain things that I always say all the time, and I need to like get a new catchphrase. Do you know what I mean? Like, she says, it's cute. I've noticed that like a really United States thing is saying so at the end of everything. So you could be like, you know, I did this one, but I didn't do a good outline, so. And I'm like, so what? So what? You can't just say so at the end of every sentence. But I tend to do it all the time. And I notice other people do it a lot as well. So, yeah, see, I've just done it again. Jessica says, I say so at the beginning. Like, so guys. And I noticed in England, people will say right. Like if they want to like go home and they're like sat on the sofa, they'll go, right, I should be getting off. Like, right, it's time to go. I always find it funny. Okay, so, God, I've done it again. I'm obviously working with 2 different needles because I'm lazy and I don't want to take it out of the other one so that I can put it on this one, and it's way easier if I can just swap between the 2. But you can totally do it with 1 needle. I'm going up from the bottom, and for this one, I'm just gonna lay it down like this. So I'll show you how like traditionally it should be done. Because obviously we've got a bit of a curve here. For this one, it was pretty much a straight line. So I could go up and go down here and then tie it off at the back. And then I've taken 1 strand of the 6 strands. So there's just 5 in 1, and then tacked it down, and this is couching. So I've couched it in like this. Now this way, I've got a loose thread. So this is kind of like how it would traditionally be done, because if you've got a curved line, like this one even, you couldn't go down here or come up here and go down at the very end, because the curved line will take more thread than a straight line. I think that's pretty obvious. I'll try to do it without doing like way too many tacks, because you don't want them like kind of every millimeter, you know, that's too often. You just kind of want to tack it down so that it's the same, kind of like the same frequency as this one here. But you want to make sure that it kind of has a nice like curve to it, so it's not, you know, jaggy. Oh my God, okay. So again, I'm just tacking it down as I go. And you can tell I'm kind of like moving the thread where I need it to go. 1, to make sure I can see the line. And 2, to make sure that I've got like a nice like subtle curve on it. Okay, and this is where it can be a little bit tricky because, sorry, I hit it and then I tried to make it not crazy and then I made it more crazy. This is where it can get a little bit tricky because I'm now going to hold this thread, tight, but also I want to kind of put this one up into this flower so that it looks like it's coming out of it. Almost like it's behind. Yeah. And now I just want to make sure that that's like the right, you know, so you don't have any like big humps or anything like that. And then after that, you can flip it over and tie them both. Hi, Samantha. So actually today's is not that tricksy. It's just that you have to know what you're doing a little bit, I guess. Hello. Now, obviously, if it's super curved, it might be a little bit more tricky because, like I said, when you're going straight up, it's way easier because all you're doing is just tacking it down on that line. And even this was just a really like slight curve. It really wasn't very curved. But on this one, say, if you wanted to couch that one, you would definitely have to come up here and then kind of lay it down as you're going so that you can make sure that you go nice on that curve and not get too, you know, Like it doesn't go straight up and then straight over a little bit and then over a little bit more. You want it to be like a nice gradual curve. So that, my friends, is couching. Hopefully that was clear and not too crazy. Now I'm off to paint my walls. All right, you've got 1 hour. Hi, Melissa. Oh, and I have to send your pattern to you. Just seeing your name pop ups just made me remember. So yeah, you've got 1 hour to enter the giveaway to win a mini kit, a big kit, just depends on what you want, for you and a friend. You can pick different kits if you want to. It's totally up to you. So go and tag a friend or 20 friends. Just make sure that they're all in separate comments so that I can see them. And yeah, just thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you. Jesse's trying to come downstairs. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you've got 1 hour left. So go, 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 go. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll speak with you soon. Bye.